Today on the Contemplating Life Podcast.
Here are our reasons to leave California and go purchase a home in either Idaho or Arizona.
Arizona? Too hot.
It's green in Idaho. We have a 3.625% finance rate on this house. At the rate, somewhere around 6%, that $250,000 loan would cost $290,000
After interest.
in interest fees.
Yeah.
At first glance, it seems like it's so much cheaper, but is it? I came up with an idea, and I proposed this idea all around, and apparently everybody is completely on board
Disapproves, yeah.
with this idea. Welcome back to Washing Radishes. I'm Kuny.
And I'm Cameraman, and we are contemplating moving out of California.
So why would we want to move from the state that has the most beautiful weather?
Vacation weather all year round.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, weather this last year during the winter was so non-wintry.
Did our trees go dormant? No.
Not really.
Yeah.
What'd you have to do to that poor apple tree?
I had to pluck off the last few leaves that we're still trying to hold on in late February or something.
It was very much almost not winter anymore.
Yeah. And then it came back 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I mean, it really
was
did
bad.
not get to go dormant. And if you know anything about apple trees, they
need to go dormant.
need to go dormant.
Any plant that goes dormant every year needs to go dormant.
And what happens if it doesn't go dormant?
So think of not sleeping for 11 days. Do you feel good?
So if it doesn't go dormant year after year,
It loses energy and it dies.
it loses energy and it dies.
Yeah.
See, now this is a subject that we have not yet really gotten into,
Yeah.
that we hinted in episode 1.
Did we?
Yep. About how much you love plants.
Yes.
And that actually leads us kind of into the first state that we were considering moving out of.
Idaho.
No. We did
Moving
not-
into.
Moving into.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I think 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago? It was during the winter, so
Yeah.
about
Was it?
2.5. Yeah. About 2.5 years ago, we started realizing that our prospects here in Southern California, moving forward, me into old age, my husband into old age, Cameraman, his brother, our prospects for flourishing and thriving in the state of California is slim to none. And so we, like many others who have similar values to what we hold as values, we started contemplating moving to Idaho. And the area that we first considered in Idaho was Lewiston, which is a very, very small city.
It's got 30,000 people in it or something?
That's actually a pretty large city compared to some of the other ones I was
compared to
looking
the
at.
city we're living in.
Oh yeah, we have about 125,000
Yeah.
people in this city.
Yeah.
But Lewiston is up, it's kind of, I guess, latitudinally aligned with
Latitudinally?
Spokane, I think. And it's right on the border of Spokane
Washington,
and
yeah.
Washington and Idaho. But why were we thinking about Lewiston?
Well, the zone that they're in, it makes growing plants up there nice and easy. And also the water is super clean. And if you know anything about growing carnivorous plants, they need super clean water.
Yeah. So right now, here in Southern California, we don't have super clean water.
No.
Not even close. No. But here in our home, we do. Mm-hmm. Because we have a whole house system that helps us to not have to endure the fumes of
chlorine
every single time we turn on a faucet.
Yeah.
So we have a salt water system here, and then we have a reverse osmosis drinking water system for us and our plants to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, and our dog and our cat and our bird. And even the fish.
Even the fish.
Only if I'm refilling, though.
Do fish drink?
Well, that's a conversation.
Are fish alcoholics?
Alcoholics?
Yeah. Are they drinkers?
They're drinkers.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can contemplate that some other time. So anyway, why would we want to move out of Southern California? Why is it so bad? What makes this state so bleak for the future?
Well, you can't buy a house.
Well, luckily I don't have to. I already have one.
It's not fair.
Okay. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
You and your brother do not have any prospects of buying a house, even if you were to go in on a house
Weren't
together.
all the prospectors here looking for gold?
Yeah, well, apparently all of that is gone
All
because
that gold was for nothing.
all we have left is gold and sunshine.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea moving forward, you know, despite our best efforts to get a nice savings account in place and living in a way that most people refuse to even consider living, which we can cover in another episode, exactly how we view how money should be spent and the things that we do to minimize the amount of money we have to put out. But we don't live the same as everybody else, and we still cannot seem to ever have money in savings beyond what we absolutely need.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Well, God provides for us for sure. I mean, it is
We
only
would
by
not have made it this far.
it is only by
Yeah.
the grace of God
Yeah.
that we don't end up owing
Yeah.
or behind ever. We always have enough. But
Barely.
it is prudent to have some in stores for emergencies. And yes, we always have. Like last year when we had to replace the $2,000 water heater.
Oh.
And
I forgot about that.
I think we spent almost $1,000 on the pressure regulator because it finally died. The pressure in our house was like a trickle coming out of the faucets.
Yeah, after what, 12 years of...
12 years.
When we got the house, it was like that.
It was not that bad.
But it was always low.
Yeah, and we just dealt with it because at the time it was going to cost like $600 to replace it like 5-6 years ago. And we were just like, we don't have $500-600 to replace that. So we just dealt with the dwindling water pressure.
And besides, you tend to use water based on length of time rather than the actual amount.
Yeah.
So it actually saves you water.
So we were actually afraid that if we spent the money to fix the pressure regulator, that our water bill would go up as well. Turns out only a little.
Really?
It did go up a little, but not as bad. You know, if somebody in this house would take shorter showers.
I've been taking shorter showers because I've had to.
Good. Good. Because the hour-plus showers.
It's nice and warm and
does not make for a low water bill. So we're looking at Idaho, and we were looking at Idaho, and then we even got a map.
Oh yeah.
We got a map of Idaho,
Yeah.
and it's up on one of our doors, and it's
I don't
still
even
there.
notice it anymore.
And for the most part, that idea got shelved. Because how do you move from state to state? How do you move anywhere? If, like I just said, we don't have any extra money, no money in savings. How do you move without money?
Well, you have to sell the house.
You have to
and
sell the
yeah.
house.
And what happens if you don't like the area?
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair for sure. If you move somewhere and then
Don't like the area.
you don't like it,
You're screwed.
you're totally screwed. And then how much would it cost to come back? You couldn't come back, you're stuck. I mean,
You couldn't come back to your old house.
Idaho has winter. We wouldn't know what to do with winter.
Winter. Yeah, the lowest it gets here at nighttime is barely 32 degrees. Sometimes it gets down to like 25.
I think the lowest
Once.
I've seen it is about 25.
Yeah.
But not in
and
the
during
last...
the day, 50,
Not in the last couple of years has it gotten that low.
We didn't even get any frost last year.
Exactly, which is which is why your tree didn't go dormant.
And 2 years ago it was 80 degrees on Christmas.
Yep. I know.
And in March this year it was 100 degrees, and now it's 70 degrees.
Well,
today.
the rest of
It's July, by the way.
The rest of the country was freezing to death.
Getting Arctic blasts.
And we were complaining.
Historical proportions,
that we had 90+ degree weather.
Because we were getting warmer weather somehow, even though pretty much the entire rest of the country was getting Arctic blasts.
Massively.
Yeah.
Yet we still feel like we know that part of the reason that California costs so much is you're paying for the weather.
Oh yeah.
So weather is a major factor in the decision of whether or not to move.
You can get used to the heat really easily.
Well, I mean, it really depends on what you're used to. Well, we've been here forever, so so we're kind of used to it.
You've never lived out of state, have you?
Me?
I mean, beside that one time.
That one time?
Yeah.
Yes. I have lived out of state. I just don't remember it. I was born in Australia, where they have humidity that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
You know, that throws the idea of moving anywhere easterly.
Mm-hmm. Easterly.
Completely off the
humidity
off the list because humidity we cannot do it. We don't know what humidity is.
We think it's humid right now. It's 50% humidity.
Well, it's still morning time.
No, I mean during the middle of the day, it's 50% humidity. And that's not that.
I know.
humid.
I go out into the backyard and the sweat comes down and hits my glasses.
And it just doesn't dry.
It's
yeah.
I wasn't dying, but we had a nice breeze, so it's been fine. But either way, weather is a huge factor of to consider when you're planning to move. So the main thing is we have only the money that is tied up in this house. Now, this house, when we purchased it, was $310,000. 13 years ago.
Such a nice number, huh?
We refinanced back in 2020. We have a really good rate. And so our house is actually worth about $650,000 right now. And that sounds like a lot of money, and that we would be able to get a lot of money out of selling this house. But in a perfect world, we'd be able to take, $300,000 that we'd make off of this house after
and then just buy a house.
All fees and then outright buy a house. But unfortunately, while our property values have gone up, the whole rest of the country's gone up as well. And so we can't just outright buy, and there's a lot to consider there. So with that, it got shelved because how do you make a move that's going to cost you probably $10,000 to $15,000 if you don't have $10,000 to $15,000 until you sell the house? You need to find jobs for 3 people. You need to secure housing, yet every penny you have is tied up in the house. So that has always been my stumbling block. How do we get around that? And then, even though it's come up a few times in the last couple of years, I kept getting knocked down because I was afraid. And then I realized, wait a minute, there is a way to do this. We could sell the house, put a clause in the sale of the house that we have 30 to 45 days to get out of the house, and once we have the cash at close, whether that means we have to rent from the new owners or whatever, either way, we have 30 to 45 days. At that point, you have the money to start funding the move and securing jobs, and then even still having, some time once you're up there, maybe if it takes a couple of months to secure everything, that frees up the money to be able to make the move. So that's a consideration. Well, once I realized that, it came right back on board. Maybe we could move. So we did once again start looking at Idaho. We don't want to go to Lewiston at this point.
No.
We were looking at an area around around Boise, not in Boise. Boise City does not align with how we like to live our lives. But the suburbs around, especially Kuny, Idaho, perfectly fits the kind of environment we want to be in.
And it almost spells your name.
It almost spells my name. So that's a consideration. And the one other place in the world that our church exists is in
Idaho.
In Boise, which is not too far from, actually they were in Kuny before, which is actually why I started looking at Kuny. And then we started thinking, but we'd still have to all three find jobs up there.
Minimum wage is way lower.
Their minimum wage is lower. We work warehouse jobs.
Yeah, your wage would stay around the same.
My wage would probably be comparable because I drive a forklift, and it looks like the wages are similar in that aspect.
But I stack boxes and push carts for a living.
Yeah, so I mean, you're making somewhere around $18 an hour right now here in California. Yeah. You'd be making $13 an hour doing that to start, right? Up there, and the prospects for jobs up there is not plentiful. I will say, here's the thing about California that I never hear anybody talk about. If you live in Southern California, you have no excuse for not having some sort of employment. If I were to lose my job today, by Friday,
boom, new job.
Oh wait, what is today? Today's Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. By Monday, I would be able to be at a place making money because there are so many warehouse jobs and temp agencies in Southern California.
They're great.
Now, you may not get the job you want, making the amount of money you want, but you are not destitute. You don't have to go on unemployment, which doesn't pay very well. You could have a way to secure a job lickety-split if you were to lose your job in Southern California. So that's not how it is up in Idaho. So that's a factor as well. And because of that, it occurred to me, I had heard at work that our company is going to be building a warehouse
in Arizona.
And so I started doing research on that. In 2028, they're going to be putting a warehouse, and both of us work there. We would be able to transfer with our jobs and not lose insurance benefits, because if you move to a whole new state and everybody gets new jobs, you're looking at 3 to 6 months before anybody has health insurance again, which for you and I is not necessarily a huge issue. But my husband has medications and medical needs that he must have in order to be anywhere near comfortable. So another 3 to 6 to 9 months for him to be able to get his medications, because they don't just give you the medications for he's got psoriasis and he has to take a shot, and you have to jump through hoops to get them to the point where you end up with your shot. So, and he's got really bad psoriasis, so I started looking at Arizona. Tell me what your reaction was when I said, hey, what about Arizona?
Well, first off, it was the first thing I saw in the morning right after waking up. Actually, I was woken up by it. Oh. Because Granny brought me my phone. Your mom texted you. It was like 10 a.m. I was still in bed.
Oh, wow.
I was like, Arizona? Buckeye? Too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot. Too hot.
Yeah. But then you really started to think about it. Where they get in Arizona, where they're going to be putting in that warehouse in Buckeye, it gets 110 to 120 degrees, which is not far off of what our high temperatures are. I've seen it here 115 degrees.
Oh yeah.
But we don't typically get that high. Usually for us, it's about 105 to 109 in the middle of the summer. And we get that for a week or two, max. With Arizona,
It's a few months.
you're looking at about 60 days straight of that weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah. And no nighttime drop.
And they don't drop in temperature at night. We have it's not a where we live in general, but our exact specific location of our house gets this amazing nighttime drop
Of like 30 degrees sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every night of the year, with the exception of about that 2 week period where it gets over 100 degrees. Even though it does drop, it doesn't drop enough to really make a difference. So we're forced to use the air conditioning when it's like that. But most nights we turn off the air conditioning, by like 9, 10 o'clock and open up the windows and just live with fans to cut electricity costs.
I mean, we're not even using AC. Well, I mean, we're not using AC right now because it's nice outside. But like, even if it was like 90 degrees outside, I don't even think we would be using AC.
My threshold is really about 85. Once it gets to 85, then indoors.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that people just don't do. It is July 2nd, and we have not yet turned on the AC this year. You find me other people that are willing to make...
Our neighbors have 4 dogs. And their AC went kaput, and then moved the dog somewhere else until the AC was fixed. This was in April? Why are you running the AC in April?
We didn't need it in April.
We haven't run it yet.
But people are used to their air conditioning, and if they want to do that, they can do that.
Yeah.
You go ahead and live how you want to live and manage your money the way you want to manage your money, but don't start complaining to me that you don't have any money when you're making choices to not,
have money.
There are things you can do to help, and it's an overall mindset. So looking at Arizona, it's hot. There's a bunch of things. So here's what I did.
Oh yeah.
I have this little composition book. Now it says The Physics of a Move. And that is because because we homeschooled, when we did physics, we were going to use this book as help keep track of things, notebook, whatever. And so he says that I decided...
I'm pretty sure you did.
to spell it like that.
I wouldn't have spelled it. I would have not.
So anyway,
like
I added the words around it to make this work because, just calling it physics wouldn't be a thing. So
no.
We thought, I thought, let's just write some stuff down, because it's easy to forget that we thought of, this is a good thing or this was not a good thing in the process. So here are our reasons to leave California and go purchase a home in either Idaho or Arizona. Ability to thrive instead of just surviving here is extremely unlikely. You will never be able to buy a house in this state.
No.
The way things are
headed.
No one
can.
not and actually have any sort of life whatsoever. And we don't do credit.
No.
We don't
play the game.
We don't credit.
Yeah.
So I realized that a lot of people survive on their credit cards. We have none. We have no debt except for the house, which doesn't count because house...
you can't buy a house outright.
The house is an investment and has already proven...
It's already paid itself off.
Has already proven to be an investment.
Yeah.
The investment itself has paid off if we were to sell.
Yes.
Which brings me to, why is it that it came up again? What was the catalyst of why it is the idea of moving now came up again to the point where we're really considering this move?
Because I have no future?
No.
I can't remember.
We got our...
the insurance.
We got our homeowner's insurance bill.
Yeah.
Now, we secured that policy in 2018, and it was $800 a year. Last year, it was $2,200 a year. It had gone up in 7 years.
Almost triple.
Almost triple.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got our bill for this year. It went up another $1,200.
$3,400.
$3,400 for a policy that 8 years ago was only $800. Mm-hmm. And the reason that this exists is because of the wildfire situation in California that is so horribly mismanaged. Our water in the state of California is out of control, mismanaged.
Yeah.
They don't do controlled burns properly.
No.
They don't try to mitigate for these fires. The insurance companies are leaving left and right out of California. And I guess at this point, we should really feel fortunate
that our house hasn't burned down.
Well, that
Remember
too.
the fire that was right behind?
We were evacuated a couple years ago because there was a fire right behind our house.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge them saying that we are in a high risk area, because we literally, we were not like, oh, I don't understand why, this is not a high fire area.
No,
It
we
is.
were in the backyard. You were doing something with like the tomatoes or something. And I was just like,
What is that?
it's just huge, giant column of smoke.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we don't begrudge that. But why are these fires happening so much?
Because they want to keep the fish around.
And they're diverting water into the ocean. I mean, there's just so much that goes with that. I'm sure you can find plenty of information on the internet about the mismanagement of water and wildfires and all that happens here in California. And another reason to go, taxes, and more taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes, fees, permits, like every time you turn around, you're being taxed for something. I heard a few weeks ago that for anyone to build a house in California, it's gonna take you at least 5 years if you have everything that you need to build. And about $157,000 worth of permitting costs to just build a house. Gee, I wonder why everything has gone so crazy. Why is there a lack of builders really building up areas in California? Because it costs so much.
Yeah.
So our property tax rate here is 1%, plus they chunk a whole bunch of other stuff on top of that.
Oh, don't even
So
think
we're
about
paying
leaving.
about $6,000 a year, and we're fortunate to be paying $6,000 a year in property taxes because our house was assessed originally at the purchase price of $310,000, and that plays into what our cost is. But property taxes in other areas are less. What are our reasons to stay?
The weather's nice and we don't have to leave.
The weather is nice. Our family is close by. Now, my family is very close by.
Yeah, we all live in the same.
We all live in the same house. I don't have any other family outside of this house.
Well, there's just 4 of us.
There's maybe people out far already.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as us here, like
family that we talk to,
all of us, are here in this house.
Yeah.
But the biggest reason to stay is we like it here.
Yeah.
And it's
especially the area we're in specifically.
And it's comfortable. And again, with that nighttime drop, we didn't finish with that.
Oh yeah, it gets down to below 60 degrees most of the time.
Where there's that, but at morning hours, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, if you leave from our exact house and go 2 miles from here, it's about 20 degrees warmer. We have this perfect little microclimate pocket.
It's all of the rural behind us.
We say, I say, we live in an area that I call sub-rural. And the reason I say that is because we're very suburban. We live in a tract home with another 109 other homes right near us. And, we've got, Target, 3 miles from here, and Lowe's, and all of the shopping. So it's very suburban in that way. But right behind our back wall
is nothing.
Is a ranch.
Essentially, yeah.
Well, no, right behind the back wall is a ranch. There's horses.
And then right
there.
behind that is nothing. Yeah.
And right behind that is this hill with nothing on it that we call the Outback. And that creates this amazing microclimate where our physical house is. Other people in this neighborhood probably don't get the exact same micro pocket.
Like what? From here down to
the end?
Yeah.
Is probably a little, no, it is all the same, probably. But other parts of this, you go
maybe
a quarter
that
of a
way
mile.
too,
a quarter of a mile may not be the same as what we have because of that hill.
Certainly not near the entrance. I think near the entrance is...
Yeah. And then right next to that are wheat fields. This was a farming community.
Were wheat fields until they sold it.
Well, who knows? They might build it up again. But you go around the corner, there's still more wheat fields. On the way to Costco, you see wheat fields.
That's true, yeah.
And tumbleweed.
And tumbleweeds, yeah.
And Jerusalem artichoke? Yeah, sunchokes. Like those little...
Artichokes?
It's not those kind of artichokes.
The yellow?
The yellow ones. All those yellow flowers you see, that's called Jerusalem artichoke. Yeah. So anyway, we're sub-rural.
Yes.
So those are our reasons to go and our reasons to stay. As far as Idaho goes, I made pros and cons list for each of the states. So in Idaho, our church is there. So we have a community of people that we know. Even if we don't really know them, there are people align in values and visions and of the future and, just general, not everybody is the same, but like just in general, like a group of people where we will go and there will be people in alignment with us and we would know them quickly. It's green in Idaho.
It's not always green here. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's very green here.
We're working on our garden. It's getting greener and greener every year.
Those grapes, man.
We just harvested some grapes and they literally taste like grape jelly. That is so amazing. We'll end up getting out in the yard as well because the only reason...
for sure, yeah.
The only reason we have this garden is because of you. And so now we do that together. I don't know if it's clear yet, but we're so early in this channel, but the main kind of niche of this channel is the relationship that the two of us have and how that came to be and how that lives out today and how we anticipate that will live out in the future. And so I don't know how well we'll do with people wanting to see all that, but hey, that's what we're doing. They get 4 seasons.
4 seasons
in Idaho.
I guess is that a pro?
They get 4 separate seasons. You get to see the color change, and
I mean, we get a little bit of color change
if you get the right plant. It's a very conservative political climate. We like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely wouldn't say we're MAGA or Trump only or anything like that.
We're not crazy.
we're people who want to be able to live in an environment that's not chaotic.
That's not socialist.
And when you do things God's way, things are less chaotic, even just in your perception of how things are around you. And so that is a huge driver for us, is we want to attempt to live in God's ways. We're not great at doing everything that God says to do.
Is.
And we know that, and we definitely are like, oh, you don't do this thing.
Oh, you're a
you don't
sinner.
Believe that.
Yeah,
we're not there.
No.
Idaho also has a property tax under 5%. Cons of Idaho: cold winters.
Snow.
We wouldn't know what to do with snow. No transferable jobs. House prices are on the edge of too much. And that brings me to a really good point about what's going on with house prices.
Yeah.
So we have a 3.625% finance rate on this house from when we refinanced in 2020. And so when we financed the house, $310,000 at 3.625, That means if we were to pay the loan off over the full 30 years of the loan that we took out, we would be paying $210,000 in finance costs. Our house is worth about $650,000, but to move to Idaho, we would probably be looking at a house that's somewhere in the $400,000 to $450,000 range for what we really need.
That's a lot cheaper than here.
It is a lot cheaper than, well, no, it would be downsizing.
Well, that too.
That's how we would be able to kind of get it lower. But let's say we can plop a couple $100,000 from what's left over, because we need to fund an emergency fund, savings, start investing for retirement, whatever. So some of that money would have to go towards that. But let's say we were able to plop a couple $100,000 down on a house, and we financed $250,000 at the rate that is common for now, is somewhere around 6%. That $250,000 loan would cost $290,000
after interest.
In interest fees.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is just not even making any sense to me. How are you going to pay more in finance than you paid for the house? I mean, I thought our $210,000 that we're paying on this house was outrageous.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
Right?
I guess not.
I guess not. Exactly. And then you take that and you add it to, so then the payment itself would be higher than what we're paying here. And then you add it to the fact that wages aren't as high up there. This kind of like makes Idaho not workable.
I don't know.
Not workable.
Yeah.
And
no matter how beautiful it is.
Even if we did find good jobs up there, we'd be commuting, because we would be in Kuny and the jobs are not in Kuny.
And with winter, I can't even, I guess it would be with Arizona too, I can't even drive my car for like 3 months out of the year. Yeah, he
has a Miata. Miata is not going to work out really well in 120-degree weather.
If it had a hard top, it'd be better.
Definitely not going to work out in the snow.
No.
So for Arizona, the pros, we could transfer with our jobs. We would have no insurance downtime. Mm-hmm. House prices are a little cheaper, but not massively cheaper. Booming economy over there, economic growth with the jobs, like a lot of warehouses and a lot of stuff is being built up in the Buckeye area. So it looks like it's going to be booming, similar to the city that we live in right now. Wages are higher. Their wages are similar to what we have here, whereas like a minimum wage is going to be $7.25 in Idaho. It's $15.15 in Arizona, and it's what here?
I think it's $17.
Around somewhere in the close to $17 range here.
Yeah.
So it's not up where it is here. And of course, you don't really want to say like minimum wage. You don't want to make minimum wage for the rest of your life, but that does play a role in overall economy.
And it's really not so bad when you work 2 jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got 2 jobs over here. Not I, my friend. Well, I do if you count the cookies.
Well, would you call this a job too?
I have a business making cookies. You just work 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And then there's YouTube we all do for free.
Yeah, for now.
Property taxes are under about 0.6% in Arizona. There's no time change.
Oh, that's like the best part of it, though.
I know. We hate springing forward here. We love
the fallback is great.
The fallback is great, and it's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and why do they call it normal time when it's
standard?
Or why do they call it standard time when it's not even 50% of the year?
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't even make sense.
It's easy to visit. To go look for houses.
Hey, I want to go to Arizona? Sure.
It's only about 5 hours away. If we were to try to plan a visit to Idaho,
14-hour drive.
14-hour drive, which would mean you'd have to take many, many days off work, because you'd have to spend a whole day driving there and a whole day back.
Yeah.
And then the option of flying
You don't fly well.
I don't fly well.
And we don't know how well I fly.
I get really bad motion sickness.
Yeah.
So, eek. So glad we've taken Idaho off the
radar.
The radar there. But you know, a 5-hour drive to Arizona, that's really nothing. And you know what we're used to in Southern California.
Everything is so far away anyway.
Everything is an hour away in California to do anything. You go to the beach, it's an hour. You go to the mountains, it's an hour. You go to Disneyland, it's an hour. Like San Diego is an hour. It's you know, Mexico is basically an hour from here.
Pretty
so
much, yeah.
You know, so it's, you know, we're used to longer drives. An hour is nothing. 5 is, yeah, it's more, but it's not like, oh my gosh, a 5-hour drive.
It's more like a chillax.
Takes a half an hour to get to work.
Get up, stretch a few times.
Yeah. Making them would be easier as well because
because it's not as far.
You know, taking a cat, a dog, bird, 5 hours is a lot better than 14, 15, 16. Who knows when in the caravan of like big stuff that you're taking in all the cars, what it would be to go to Idaho. It's easier for family visits, for in-laws, you know, come this way, that way. Job would be in the same city. We would move to Buckeye. Mm-hmm. They're building in Buckeye.
Boom, 2 minutes away.
Yeah. All shopping is close by. They're building up the area really nicely, you know, with the Costco and the Target and the, you know, everything you can need is all going to be in Buckeye.
We know how much you love Costco.
I do love
and
Costco.
Shopping.
I hate shopping. But I do love Costco because it's get in, get out, get done.
Yep, true.
And we have a pretty solid time frame. We know 2028 is when they're building, so we would have plenty of time to consider how to make the move. Cons. It's hot.
It's hot.
I think we've established
Someone
that.
said, I don't know who said what, that the heat of Arizona is like the cold of winter everywhere else except for Arizona and California.
That the summer is Arizona's winter
yes.
essentially,
where you can't go outside.
You hunker down and you stay indoors.
Yeah.
It's all brown.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of green going on. Yeah. They get very little rain. We get very little rain.
I mean, they do get monsoons.
They get monsoons, but overall.
And they get haboobs.
Okay.
Anyway.
They don't get the nighttime drop in temperature when it's warm.
No.
Their HOA costs, I have heard, in many cases, are like $300 to $400 a month. That is insanity.
Unless you have a house on wheels.
You know, the house on wheels is not an option for sure.
You'd have a lot of cash.
Thank you.
You'd have a lot of cash left over.
Yeah, right. As a comparison, our HOA costs are $54 a month. So. Yeah, $300 to $400. I mean, you have to factor that in. Yes, the houses are cheaper, but if you're paying an extra $300 or $400,
why is it so expensive?
I don't know.
How strict are their HOA?
I don't have a clue. All I know is that's what I learned.
We can't even leave the trash cans on our driveway.
Yeah. And the electric bill costs are real there. I mean, they're real here too, but
we have solar, so
we have solar, but we have a power purchase plan, and so we still have to manage within that. But still, the costs are, at first glance, it seems, because everybody always pays attention to housing prices. At first glance, it seems like it's so much cheaper, but is it? It doesn't seem like it will be.
Yeah. So.
But there is one thing, and how do you weigh these things? Because you could have this huge list of amazing things for Arizona and only have one con, which in this case there is more than one con.
Yes.
But if there's one con that, to me, takes Arizona out of the running to move, is that I have heard, and I don't know how true this is, but even
it doesn't make sense.
Even just having this as a thing that could happen, that would completely cause the economy out there to collapse. It would cause your house price to become nothing.
And you would
have
to collapse.
No future, which is the whole reason we would want to move from California, is for what our future looks like. if this thing were to happen, we would be
dead in the water.
Dead in
so
the
to speak.
water.
Actually, we wouldn't be.
No, we'd be
dead in the sand.
Dead in the sand. Apparently, Arizona is facing the possibility of running out of water in the area that we're looking to go to.
How do you run out of water?
They have roughly 100 years worth of water stores. And that sounds like a lot, but how would they even know that?
Math.
Not when you keep building up the area, keep building up the area, keep building up the area. You bring more people in, more people in, more people in.
People know how to math.
There's more, but
yeah.
Whether it's true or not, just the fact that they're even talking about that tells me I don't want to have to worry about that kind of future.
Yeah.
So, where does that leave us? We're not going to Idaho. We're not going to Arizona.
We're not going to the east.
What are we going to do?
Well,
since I'm the idea man, I came up with an idea. And I proposed this idea all around, and apparently everybody is completely on board
disapproves,
with this idea. We stay here. That's it, folks. We're done.
All right. See you next time on Kuny's Cookie Chronicle. Or
yeah. Okay. No. So how do we solve this problem? Don't shoot the messenger, okay?
We understand.
With all the love in the world, the statement I'm about to make is my tribute to how it is I feel about this particular people group.
We live like the Mexicans.
We are going to live like the Mexicans.
Yeah.
No joke. My experience is people, especially the ones who come from back home, right? The people who have lived and grown up in Mexico, they know how
to live,
to survive and thrive through living together.
Why don't we do this? Why has it become a thing that, oh, you're 18 now, you're on your own?
And the parents are looked poorly upon if their children are still living with them if they're in their 20s.
I'm not in my 20s.
Your brother is.
Yeah. For now.
Your brother also pays rent. He's been paying a lot of rent here for several years, which is how we're even able to partially sustain here.
My brother's 29.
But he's a productive member of this society here in this
He goes
household.
to work.
He's not one of those, slacker people that doesn't want to, lives in mom's basement. We don't have basements.
Slacker, sure, but not in the things that matter.
Anyway.
It's true, right?
No, I wouldn't say he's a slacker. He knows what he wants. And he knows what he doesn't want. So, he's a contributing member of society. And that is how we want to proceed, is we stay here and we live in the way that not only the Mexicans do, but how life used to be. You go back hundreds of years.
Everyone used to do
Everybody
this.
lived in the same house. When a child got married, the wife of that son lived with the family of the husband.
Yeah.
And that's what we're proposing here. So, this room that we record in is called the cave. It is the cave because this is where the magic happens and started with homeschool.
Yes.
All of you, this is kind of like your cave, really.
It really is.
Your computer is in here.
My garbage is in here.
Your garbage
all
is
of
in
my
here.
garbage is in here.
Yeah. I don't believe in having any electronics in the bedrooms. I don't believe in TVs in the bedrooms, phone in the bedroom.
That's why we essentially have an entire room dedicated to technology.
Up until, month and a half ago when you turned 18.
Yeah, I needed to have an alarm, and I didn't want to wake up everyone in the house with my alarm clock.
You're jumping ahead of me here. You're jumping ahead. At that point, before you were 18, where was your cell phone at night?
In your room.
In my room. And you were what about this?
I was totally fine.
You're totally fine with it.
Why do we need my phone at night?
Exactly. But you do need a phone now because you need to have an alarm.
Yes.
But
that doesn't
interestingly enough, what phone do you use to have the alarm?
My old one.
That doesn't have any service on it. he still leaves his cell phone here in the cave at night. There's no reason for it to go into the bedroom. So this is the cave. This is where we have done homeschool, and where I propose when you get married, this den becomes a permitted bedroom, which it could have been built as originally anyway, but we chose to have it built as a den. And now we're saying for the future is real, that we need to have a plan. So I propose you find a nice young lady, hopefully the one you have your eye on right now. Hopefully you can become the man she's looking for.
Yes.
And at the time that you are affianced, you guys start designing how you want to have this room built out. Basically, in order to make this into a room, it just needs a closet and close in the door and permitted the proper way, which will add value to the house as well. And so she helps you with designing how to build out the space she will be living in. And then once you are married and you go on a little trip, when you come back, you both move into this room, which will help her, hopefully, the idea is to help her not feel like she's moving into your mother's house.
Yeah.
Which is, in all actuality, it is true.
It is.
But it is with respect for her to not feel like she's moving into your old bedroom, that she's trapped.
Yeah.
This is by design the way that we want to move forward.
And this room is completely separate from every other room in the house, essentially.
Yes, the way that our house is set up is this room that we're sitting in right now is right next to the front door.
Yeah, the front door is right.
Which I think is, under normal circumstances,
weird.
Why would you put a bedroom
right by the front door?
Right by the front door. And so that's why we didn't want it a bedroom. We didn't need more than 4 bedrooms. Never thought we would need more than 4 bedrooms. No. But there's this bedroom, then there's the huge great room, and then you go down a hallway and there's 4 bedrooms all scattered apart. And 2, and then the other 2 are scattered down another hallway. And so it would then create what we would call, this would be the apartment.
Yes.
You will be living in the apartment. And the idea is that we know that someday I'm going to die, my husband's going to die, and the house goes to these 2 boys anyway. So why leave?
Yeah.
And turns out, if we were to start paying in January of next year, if we were to start paying double payments on this house, it would be completely paid off in 9.5 years instead of the 24 that we have left. And you will have had, if you guys are paying more than enough to cover the extra house payment plus some money going into savings to save. We know we're going to need a roof in the next 10 to 12 years, and you're getting your apartment, so to speak. You are saving. You're literally buying the house that you're going to be living in long term anyway. We've got plenty extra bedrooms for kids as you have kids. I mean, right away we have your bedroom, and then eventually Granny will probably be the next one of us to die. Hopefully, she will be the next one of us to die, because like the rest of us are younger. So her room will be available. There's plenty enough space for your family to build out here in this house. And it's just figuring out how to accommodate everybody's personalities. And
I find it really funny that you referred to your almost 30-year-old son as a boy?
The boys.
Yeah.
I don't think of him as a boy.
No, but I find that funny.
I was kind of like putting it out there that I have 2 children, both male.
Yes.
So you'll be paying into the house that you're going to own. It gets put in the will. We need to do our will. Trust, whatever, how that works out. Talk to an expert and have it to where this is your guys' house no matter what. And so, money aside for, maintaining the house going forward, that includes a lot of your food, because I do a lot of cooking and people eat what I cook.
And I don't cook. I find it so boring.
Well, I'm sure your wife will want to get her hands in the kitchen at some point.
Probably. So. She seems like the food cooking type of person.
If you become the man she wants to marry, okay, and and including all utilities, if you're paying like $2,500 a month, you can't get that deal anywhere else. You can't get that deal anywhere else.
You can get kind of close.
In that process, you're literally paying for the house that you're going to get, and you will feel like you're accomplishing something. So this is what we've decided to do. We're not leaving California. We're staying here, and we're going to do that by all of the amazing money that you make, at least at this point, from your 2 jobs, which you need to be at in the very, very short future. So we better wrap this up.
Probably.
So you better go get dressed.
I better go get dressed. Bye.
See you next time.